Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. So in this session, we are looking into deductions for SSC CGL exam. Okay. Now, before we start, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, that is time space 4 space banks space SSC space CGL. And do not forget to hit the bell icon for all the notifications of videos we upload in our channel. Right. Okay. So, coming to the first question. So, here he says 3 statements are given followed by 3 conclusions numbered 1, 2 and 3. Assuming the statements to be true, even if they seem to be at variance with commonly known facts, decide which of the conclusions logically follows from the given statements. Now, you have 3 statements and 3 conclusions and then you have 4 options. So, we use Venn diagrams to solve them. So, let's take the statements first for drawing the combined basic diagram. So, taking the combined basic diagram for the statements. So, we use the basic diagrams to represent the statements and it should be a combined diagram. So, the statements are no bench is a chair. So, no means 2 separate circles. So, no bench. Before we look into no, here we always should look into all first. Draw the all, then we can draw no, because no anyways is separate circles. So, when you look at all, see here we have all sofas are benches. Okay, but the next one he has given all tables are sofas. So, the complete tables should be inside sofas, then the complete sofas are inside benches and then no bench is a chair. So, that's how we represent. So, all tables are sofas, all sofas are benches. So, all the tables are sofas and all the sofas are benches, correct? That is my third and the second statements. And the first one is no bench is a chair. So, bench should be separate and chair should be separate. But for no, we also suggest some additional, description saying you can draw a solid line from boundary to boundary with an into mark, saying that whatever you have drawn, the 2 separate circles represents no. Because for some not also, you will have 2 separate circles, correct? But it also has some alternate diagrams for some not, but for no, there are no alternate diagrams. That is why we ask to represent a slightly additional information like this, so that you will know that just by looking at the diagram, just by looking at this data, you can say that that is no, for easy understanding and fixing the answers. Okay. So, this is how the combined basic diagram will be. Now, coming to the conclusions. Now, in the conclusions, there are 2 affirmative conclusions and 1 negative. So, let's start with the affirmative. So, we'll take the second one. Some sofas are chairs. Now, tell me, is there any overlap between sofa and chair? No. So, it is a positive conclusion which does not satisfy the combined basic diagram. The basic diagram is failing. So, you will say does not follow. Because a conclusion is said to follow your statements if it satisfies all the representations of the diagram. So, one of the representations, the basic representation has failed. So, it will never be your answer, correct? And conclusion number 3, that is also affirmative, that says all tables are benches. Tell me, are all the tables inside benches? Yes. So, you can say it follows. So, we prioritize drawing a basic diagram because that is a minimum overlap diagram, correct? Basic diagram is nothing but minimum overlap diagram. So, if a conclusion is available in your minimum overlap diagram, then automatically it will be available in the alternate diagrams also, because in the alternate diagram, the overlapping region is more. So that is why we need not check. So if it satisfies the basic, especially a affirmative conclusion, if it satisfies the basic, it will automatically satisfy all the other representations. Hence, we directly say it follows. Okay. So 3 follows. Then what else we have? We have no bench is a chair. Sorry, no table is a chair. But if you look at the options, I know that definitely 3 follows. Correct? Now, do I have an option that says only 3 follows? No. And 3 follows comes in which option? The only option that is available is the 4th option. That means you don't have to check the first conclusion. So, always keep options in your focus. Do what is necessary to get the answer, mark and move on. That is how you have to work. Okay. So, here only 3 follows is not there. 3 definitely follows, I know, and that is happening only in the 4th option. Hence, 4th option is my answer. You don't have to check the first one at all. Understanding the point? So, always keep in mind the options. You don't have to work out completely and then only come and check the options. Understanding the point? Okay. But anyways, here let us check the first one also. The first one is negative, that says no table is a chair. Right. So, the first one, which is a negative conclusion, in the basic diagram, when he says no table is a chair, correct? Table is separate circle, chair is separate circle. So, a negative is a yes. So, when a negative is satisfying the basic diagram, we cannot directly say it follows. We must now consider an alternate diagram and check its complementary pair. And what's the complementary pair for no table is a chair? Some tables are chair. Now, for some tables are chair, here, see, I'm going to change the color. Okay. Now, can I overlap table and chair? Say, for instance, I am drawing a dotted line like this. Okay, I am taking the chair circle and I am trying to overlap it with the table circle like this. Some tables are chair. Is it allowed? No, it is not allowed. Why it is not allowed? Because of this relation that I have to maintain between chair and bench. So, when he says no, bench is a chair, at all times, bench and chair should never overlap with each other. Understanding the point? So, what is happening here? The complementary pair fails. Now, because the complementary pair fails, the given negative still continues to be a yes in the alternate diagram also. And now you can say conclusion 1 follows. And that is why your answer is option 4. See, look at what is option 4. Only conclusions 1 and 3 follow. And that is precisely what I get. 1 and 3 follow. So, you need to visualize all the different representations so that you can finish off with 1. For every conclusion, you should not draw. Okay. And these all has to be done orally. I am writing here and showing it to you, but only the diagram should be there in your rough sheet. Everything else has to be done orally. And keep a mental note that which are the conclusions that follow and that does not follow. So, maybe you can simply write 2 no, 3 yes, like that. Okay. So, 1 and 3 follow. But always keep options in mind for answering the questions. Is it clear? Okay. Yeah. So, our answer is choice 4. 1 and 3 follow. Okay. Then, next. Again, read the given statements and conclusions carefully, assuming that the information given in the statements is true, even if it appears to be variance with commonly known facts. Decide which of the conclusions logically follows the statements. Now, you have 3 statements and 2 conclusions. Okay. Now, let's see this. So, again, we'll start with all. See, we have all purses are wallets, then all wallets are sacks. Correct. So, let's draw that first. So, we take the combined basic diagram. And we start with the second statement that says all purses are wallets, the complete purses inside wallets. And then I have the complete wallets inside sacks, correct? So we have all the purses are wallets and all the wallets are sacks. Correct? Then what else do we have? Some bags are purses. Some. So you have purses here. So some bags are purses like this. So this is the region that he is asking. Some bags are purses. So without overlapping with the sacks and wallets, I cannot overlap with purses. So minimum overlap. Some part of the bags circle should be outside all the circles. That is compulsory. Okay. So this is going to be our combined basic diagram. Now look at our conclusions. In both the conclusions, they are affirmative conclusions. So let's continue. So look at the first one. All purses are sacks. So tell me, are all the purses inside sacks? Correct. See, the complete P is inside S. So conclusion 1 follows. It satisfies your basic diagram, minimum overlap. So it follows. Then the next one, some wallets are bags. Tell me, are some wallets bags here? Correct. See, look at this. This is the wallet circle and this is the bag circle. Are they not overlapping with each other in this region? Yes. So they are, some wallets are bags. So I can say both the conclusions follow. And which option is that? The third option. Both follow. Got it? Okay. Yeah. Third option. Then next. Yes. Now again we have 3 statements and 3 conclusions, numbered 1, 2, 3, and then he says decide which of the conclusions logically follow. Okay. Now again let's start with the statements. Okay. So we have all bottles are jugs. And then we have all flasks are bins. So there is no commonality. So we'll have to do one by one. So first let's start with all bottles are jugs. So we have the combined basic diagram. We have all bottles are jugs. Correct? Then some bottles are flasks. Okay. So we have some bottles are flasks. That is this region he is asking. Right? And then all flasks are bins. Okay. So all the flasks are bins. So this is bins, this is bottles. So this is how we get our combined basic diagram. Okay. Now coming to the conclusions. Right. Now all the 3 are affirmative conclusions. So let's look into it. So we have some bottles are bins. So tell me, are bottles and bins overlapping with each other? Yes. See, this is the BT circle and this is the BN circle. They are perfectly overlapping. So I can say conclusion number 1. So conclusion number 1 follows. Correct? Then next we have is some jugs are bins. So tell me, are some jugs bins here? Yes. See, the J circle and the BN circle are also overlapping. So conclusion 2 also follows. Right? So both 1 and 2 follow. Yeah. So here option 3 and option 4 are still available for me. Correct? So I'll have to check the third one as well. What is the third one? Some flasks are jugs. Okay. Tell me, are some flasks jugs? Yes. See, the F circle and the J circle are also overlapping. So all the 3 conclusions follow is what we need to answer, and that is available in choice 4. Okay. So everything has to be answered using the combined basic diagram. So the combined diagram has to be drawn correctly. So you need to visualize all the different representations, and from there you also have to recognize what is the best way of combining those minimum overlap diagrams for each of the statements. Then and only then our analysis for the conclusions becomes easier. Yes? Okay. Then next, again we have read the given statements and conclusions. Then you have to decide which conclusions will logically follow. Right. Now you have 3 statements and 2 conclusions. So let's look at this. So we have all apples are mangoes, all mangoes are lemons, all lemons are kiwis. So everything is related to each other. So all apples are mangoes in the combined basic diagram. All the apples are mangoes, all the mangoes are lemons, correct? And then all lemons are kiwis. All the lemons are kiwis. So this is our combined basic diagram, one circle within the other. Now look at our conclusions. He says all apples are lemons. Tell me, are all apples inside lemons? Correct. The complete A circle is inside the L circle. So conclusion 1 definitely is an answer. Correct. Then next, all mangoes are kiwis. Tell me, are all the mangoes inside kiwis? Correct. The complete M circle is also inside the K circle. So conclusion 2 will also be our answer. So we can say both 1 and 2 follow. That is there in choice 2. Yes? Yeah. So the main thing is drawing the combined diagram. That is very important. Because if you go wrong there, no matter how correctly you analyze the conclusions, your answer will be wrong. So learn to correctly represent the combination of the basic diagrams for the statements. Okay? Right. Then next, again, we have 3 statements followed by 3 conclusions. Decide which of the given conclusions will logically follow. Okay. So 3 statements, 3 conclusions. Now let's see. Now we have all pens are pages. Then some pages are pins, some pins are boards. Okay. So let's draw this. All pens are pages. So we have the combined basic diagram. All pens are pages. Correct? And then we have some pages are pins, some pins are boards. So some pages are pins and some pins are boards. So this is pins, no? Okay. So let us change the second letter. Right. So we have pens, pages, pins and boards. Now please be very careful that there is no relation given between pen and pin. Do you see, is there any relation given between pen and pin? No. That means you have to draw them separately. So you have to draw them separately. There should not be any overlap. If it is unable, if you are unable to draw them as separately, then partial overlap is the next best representation. Okay. But if you are able to represent them separately, do it separately like this. Okay. Right. Now look at the conclusions. Now we have 3 conclusions. He says some pins are pens. Check. Are some pins pens here? Is there any overlap between the two? No. Conclusion 1 does not satisfy the basic diagram, does not follow. 1 is ruled out. Okay. Now if 1 is ruled out, look at this. I can rule out the second option. I can rule out the third option. But still there are 2 more options. So let's check the second one. I think that will give me my option. Because in the first one you have none of the conclusions follow. And in the fourth one you have only 2 follows. If 2 follows, fourth option. If does not follow, first option. Correct? So what is the second one? Some boards are pages. Tell me. Are some boards pages here? Is there any overlap between the B circle and the PG circle? No. So conclusion 2 also fails. Then that means it gives me my answer. It is first option because conclusion 2 also does not work here. You don't have to check the third one. So do what is necessary to get the answer, mark and move on. You don't have to work out completely and then only mark the option. Okay? Keep that in mind. That is why the options are to be carefully analyzed for every question that you get. Right. Now, anyways, let's check the third one. Some pens are boards. Tell me, is there any overlap between the pen circle and the board circle? No. So, conclusion 3 also fails. So, none of the conclusions follow. So, choice 1. Got it? Okay. Yeah. Right. So, those were the questions you had in this. So, again, before we close it here, please do join or subscribe to our YouTube channel, time space, 4 space, bank space, SSC space, CGL. Okay. So, you have a space between them and you have for all the bank, SSC, CGL, insurance, railway and other related exams, you will find videos there. And also you have the Telegram channel, the YouTube channel, the Instagram and the Facebook, and the links are given in the description box. And for classroom coaching, do contact your nearest time center. For online courses, you can enroll at t4e.info/bankssc online. Okay, so that is it in this session. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of the day. Goodbye.